Good afternoon, everyone. Jack McGrath with ntmarkets.com. Well, a big volume day today in the Eurodollars. We watched the front end melt down a little bit. Yeah, it was only a basically 5 basis point move, but still, for something that hasn't moved in so long and you get 5 basis points lower, it really feels like something's going on. But over average volume, over 500,000 Junes alone traded. And it looks like this is new opening positions in these front Eurodollars. And looks like people are getting short, probably getting short the front end on worries of Cyprus and maybe buying something further out the curve. We did see a 10-year bond flattener go through the knob, traded where they were selling 10 years and buying bonds. So that was kind of the flavor of the trade today. We sent out a few things today. The junior IBOR contract, the daily chart, we sent that this morning. And basically 71.5, 72 to me looked like big support area on the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. And we took that out later in the session and went right down to the 61.8 retracement, 99.65. I believe that's the low. It was either 5 or 5.5, but that was the low of the day, and then you saw a bounce from there. Well, now you want to see first if we can trade back up a little bit. 69 was the 50% retracement, so that would be your first level of resistance. And if we start to get above there, keep an eye on the 71.5, 72. Should be sold first time up to make money, I think, is for a scalp. And then watch it on a closing basis. We start to hold above 71.5, 72. You're going to look for another trade back up. But for now, everything's fairly negative. What you'd like to see if you're short, failure at 69 and then go down and make a new low. Now 79% retracement in the junior IBOR was 60.5. So that will be the next level of support, and if we started to get below there, you're going to be looking for a retest of the low of the move, which was 54.5. So that's something to pay attention. I think junior IBOR gives you a good idea of how the market's going to behave. We saw aggressive selling in the Eurodollars as well, but really you don't have any European banks from Spain or Ireland or anywhere setting the LIBOR, so you would think it would have less effect on the Eurodollars, but I think it's Euro IBOR. If it starts to come down, they're going to sell the Eurodollars as well. So I think you got to pay attention to Euro IBOR right now. What else? 10-year had an outside day today. After yesterday's big trade and then we closed towards the lower end of the range, you would have thought that we would come down and fill that gap. But we left the gap intact and the market rallies back up, makes a new high for the move, and closes pretty much on the highs, 131.18 towards the high end of the range for today's session. You got to keep an eye on 132 even and a half. We have the double bottom at 130, which we put that out a few weeks ago. We needed to take out that 130 even low, and we couldn't do it, and now the market's back into the upper end of the range. 132 even and a half. If we get above there and start to hold above there, you're looking for another 2-point rally in the 10-year. So that's something to keep an eye on. Also, the E-minis, big buyer in the at-the-money calls, the 1550 strike. On Friday, we saw 87,000 trade, new position. Well, there's subject on this buyer or seller, but we do know it is a new position. At-the-money calls on the 1550 strike off of June E-minis. We saw that trade again today, another 16,000. So open interest is towering over. If you look at all the strikes in the E-minis, that 1550 call is by far towers over any other strikes in the options off the E-mini S&P. So there you have it. Have a good day. Jack McGrath with ntmarkets.com. Thank you.